So in lesson 6, we're going to talk about expressions. An expression is any combination of variables, literals, or operators that compute to a single value. These can come out as strings, booleans, which are only true or false, or a number. So there are different kinds of expressions. The ones that we're going to work with most are arithmetic expressions that evaluate to a number and use math operators such as plus, minus, multiply, divide, or mod. Logical expressions, which you've also seen, not, and, or, and those evaluate to true or false. And string expressions, which evaluate to a character or a string and use a string operator like plus, which means to add two things together, and plus equals to give you a new value or assign something. So let's look at some examples that they have here for you. This says x equals 7, and then my arithmetic expression equals x times x plus 2 times x plus 1. If I play that, it'll give you the value of my arithmetic is, and it will tell me the number that it evaluated to, which was 64, because it was 7 times 7 is 49, plus 2 times 7 is 14 plus 1. So 49 plus 14 plus 1 is 64. And then this next one is a logical expression. It says, the creating a variable, I'm drinking coffee, equals false. And another one that says I'm eating cookies and it's equal to true. So it's a logical expression. And then it says I'm happy is evaluated by saying I'm drinking coffee, if that's true, or I'm eating cookies. So down here on line 14, it's going to print out as true because I'm doing this or this. So those are expressions. So we're going to work with numbers as well in expressions, and there's different kinds of numbers that we'll be working with. The numbers you're used to seeing are just called integers, which are whole numbers. Float, which is any number that has decimals after it. Those are the two main that you'll be working with. You don't use a different data type, they are the same, but when it has a float on it, it's just how we refer to it. So we can convert strings to numbers, because if it's in string form, that means that it's text and it can't use it in math operations, but we can convert that string into a number so that we can use it in math and vice versa. So to change a string to a number, we put int in front of it. This would put a whole number integer and change it into an actual value. That would not work if we had a decimal here, because integer is only for whole numbers. And we can change a float by putting the word float in front of it. If we put float in front of it, it will take the text 25.33 and turn it into a number. You can also change a number into a string, so go the other way. And if you put str, that stands for string, in front of a number in parentheses, it will change it to the text for string, and you can't do math on it anymore. Just as in math, when you're using any kind of mathematical operations or doing any expressions in Python or any programming language, there is order precedence. That's the order in which operations will be evaluated. So in school you learned PEDMAS, and you can use parentheses to override precedence of operators. So in order, they go from highest to lowest. Parentheses, exponents, multiply, divide, then add and subtract, then comparison, not, and, or assignments. So I would encourage you to go through level 5 and play around with these and see if you can get them to change the outcome based on the precedence using parentheses or using some of the other operators here.